All right. So still on the case of Nnamdi Kanu, as I'm speaking to you now, the court proceedings for today has ended. So we meet again on the 6th of May. That is next week, Wednesday or Thursday. Next week, Wednesday, right? I'll be Thursday, on the 6th anyways. But before then, I have to tell you all that happened today. Now, if you have been following me, especially today, I've been giving you update of everything that has been happening in the courtroom. All right. So if you watch my previous video, you will you will see rather where I listed the question and answer that went on between the Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer and the witness that Nigerian government brought. All right, so I didn't finish it, so I told you I'm going to bring it in my next video. That is why I'm here to complete it. For those of you that watched that video that wants to see the complete video. All right, so if you are watching this as the first one you're watching, you may not understand because the question and answer started. Go to my previous video, you will see where it started. It was a very interesting one, honestly. It was, or it is still a very interesting one right now, because the one I'm about to read is where it got more interesting. So I'm still going to read it so you will see the question that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer asked the witness and what he answered. All right, so getting it down. Remember, if this is your first time coming across my channel, you can do well to subscribe. On this channel, I give you information of everything that is happening in the case of Nnamdi Kanu in Biafra land and in Nigeria as a whole. All right, my work is to bring information to you of everything that is happening. As they happen, we they bring a life at direct. All right, so continuation from here. Of course, you know who is Agabi. Agabi is Nnamdi Kanu's defendant. All right, so Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer asked him, for many years there has been killings in Zamfara. Is it as a result of agitation for separation? The witness said no. Agabi, there has been killings in Benue. Is it a product of agitation for separation? Witness said no. Agabi asked again, there has been killings in Plateau State. Is it as a result of agitation for separation? Witness said no. Agabi, are our highways safe? Witness said to some extent they are safe. Agabi asks, many villagers have lost their lives. Nigerians killed in churches and mosques. Correct? Witness said, I remember few of those instances. Agabi asks again, are those killings product of agitation for separation? Witness said no. Agabi asks, schools has been attacked and students unalived. Correct? Witness said yes. Agabi asks, do these killings have anything to do with agitation for separation? Witness said no. All right, so we go to the next one. Agabi went on to say, did you say IPOB was proscribed? Witness said yes. Agabi asks, who were the parties to the action in which IPOB was proscribed? Witness said the federal government. Agabi said, Agabi asked him, do you know if the application was expert? The witness said no. Agabi asked, since the proscription of IPOB, do you know any IPOB member that has been prosecuted? Witness said no. Do you know any IPOB member? Witness said no, but I have seen the defendant during the broadcast issuing directives to IPOB members. Agabi asked, have you seen any IPOB member being persecuted? Witness said no. Agabi asked, is it a crime to propagate ideologies? Witness said no. Agabi asked, which are the states to which IPOB message is directed to? Witness said majority southeast, east, and south states. Agabi asked, name them. Witness name the states. Name the southeast states. Agabi, these states have lawmakers, governors, etc. being represented naturally. Witness said yes. Agabi, and they are constitutionally established. Witness said yes. Agabi asked, these states have the security personnel and they have received federal allocations? Witness said yes. Agabi asked, this is just quite funny. A Nigerian lives in all the states you mentioned. Witness said yes. Agabi asked, so does it mean the people of these states you mentioned don't carry out their supposed leaders' orders? Witness said there are people in that state who carry out his instructions. Agabi asked, do you have evidence? Witness said no. Agabi asked again, are you aware even the court apologized to my defendant for some of the wrongs done to him? Witness said, I was not in court that day. Agabi asked, are you aware the people of the Southeast are in the DSS, Air Force, military, etc.? Witness said, I'm aware. Agabi asked, a former Inspector General of Police and others are from the Southeast. Witness said yes. Agabi asked, in line with all these offices mentioned, nobody from that region is guilty of the accusation you made against them. Agabi also said, we have mentioned some states where there is unrest and the Southeast is not part of them. Witness said, we have videos where miscreants commit atrocities and mention Nnamdi Kanu as their leader and has sent them to do it. Agabi asked, do you have evidence to that? Witness said, personally, no, but the service has. All right, so I'll stop it here for now. We are yet to get the other full details of it. But you see, these things are actually getting interesting. They asked him to mention, okay, the lawyer first of all mentioned the states where there is unrest in Nigeria, like Kaduna, Kanu, Plateau, Benue, and some of these northern states where there is unrest. The lawyer mentioned it and said, is there unrest in these states? The witness said yes. And the lawyer then asked him, oh yeah, which state is Nnamdi Kanu's directive being directed to? The witness said Southeast. He mentioned some of the Southeast, probably Imo, Anambra, Enugu, Abia, and the 5 eastern states, maybe, and some other South states, of course. And then the lawyer went on to ask him, is there unrest in those states? Some of you may not understand. Anyway, let me just keep calm until I get the full details, like the whole question. If I get the complete question, this one is not the complete one, but the ones I've gotten end here for now. I pray I'll be able to receive the other ones. Once I receive it, I'll come here and pass it. Then at the end, I will tell you one thing that has happened in all this. Anyway, good, me person, God, let me not just talk. Anyway, thank you very much. Now you can do well to drop your comment at the comment section. You have seen the question and answer that went on today. All right. So please just do well to drop your comment on the comment section, what you think about it, and do not forget to subscribe, because I bring the update of everything that is happening. All right. And as well, I'll see you on the 6th of May. Yes, on the 6th, where Nnamdi Kanu will be coming to court again for further judgment. But before then, I'll be bringing an update for you on anything that is happening in Biafra land and in Nigeria, of course. All right. So please do well to subscribe to this channel. All right.
Almighty God in heaven has a way of punishing his children. And we have been roundly punished, believe you me. If you have to be subjugated under the very cruel, barbaric rule of Fulani Janjaweedism, you will understand what we are talking about. As I'm speaking to you right now, most villages are under siege. There are killings and rapings, abductions and murder going on right across the length and breadth of the Zoological Republic. But they cannot understand what is happening to them. They know that the problem of insecurity in Nigeria is intractable for the simple reason that they have failed, should I say, to allow Biafra to go. The sooner they understand this or realize this, the better for everybody. But I'm not sure they will, because they are very stubborn, and as God hardened the heart of Pharaoh to fail, so are they also going to fail. And that is why those of them who are in Benue State, that is why the likes of Governor Autumn, or the very young man who was mouthing his rubbish a day or two ago concerning the deployment of Eastern Security Network into Lower Benue is in for a very, very difficult and horrible experience of their lives. I must warn also Governor Autumn of Benue State. I am not laying claim to Benue State, the entirety of Benue State, not at all. What I'm making very clear to you is that there are Igbo people, Igbo communities, not traders, not migrants, not settlers, no. These are our traditional towns, communities, and villages wickedly gerrymandered into the north. That you have Igbo people today answering Igbo names, speaking Igbo language, who are answering to Northerners. An abomination before God Almighty in heaven. I will not allow it to continue. Those Igbo speaking parts of Benue State is part and parcel of Biafra. Part and parcel of the eastern region. And should anything happen to them, if you fail to control Fulani incursion into that very territory, then ESN will continue to do their work. And I have commended them earlier and allow me to do so again at this very moment. I commend the men and women, not just of our high command, but also of the Eastern Security Network that successfully pursued and apprehended a notorious Fulani bandit by the name Muhammad Isa. We have the videos. For those of them claiming he's an old man, they're all lying, and they know it very well. He is the leader of a gang of abductors, of rapists, and of murderers, tormenting our farming communities. But I'm glad to report this very evening, morning or night, depending on where you are, that menace, that threat has been permanently put to bed. It will no longer happen. Should our people in Benue State be subjected to further attacks, I am also informing Governor Autumn of Benue State. I will make sure that ESN returns to that very area. Or should I say, come out of the bushes to confront whoever comes against the children of the Most High God, Elohim in heaven. This is a warning to all of you. For those of you that specialize, should I say, in twisting the obvious, in turning truth into lies, I never claimed the whole of Benue State. You people carved Igbo people into Benue, which is unacceptable. We are in an era, not that of the old, compromised and discredited Ohaneze Ndiara and Ndioshu. Not in that very era. No, we are not in that anymore. We are not in the era of compromised governors in the pocket of the Fulani Caliphate. No. We are now in the era of IPOB. And no inch of territory belonging to traditional, should I say, ethnicities making up Biafra will be surrendered to anybody. No. And in Benue State, we have taught them, while they were discussing that, don't come to Benue, we are already on the ground in Benue State, in Lower Benue. And we are not in Benue State that doesn't belong to us. We are in Igbo parts of Benue State, Igbo communities of Benue State. And we are there to defend them. And that is precisely what we are going to do. And nobody is going to discourage us otherwise. We are making it very clear today that the Eastern Security Network is on the ground. We are on the ground in Benue State and in every part of Biafra land for that matter. We are in Cross River, we are in Akwa Ibom, we are in Bayelsa. Everywhere it is happening. Anywhere we confront Fulani headsmen, these terrorists, we will drive them away. Be rest assured, we are not going to rest one iota until our farmlands, our homes, and our forests are secure. What is happening in Yoruba land cannot happen in Biafra land. Nobody, no idiot can come from anywhere to claim any inch or parcel of Biafran forest. It is not doable. Instead, we all die there. That is why I am making this presentation live, at least for those of you who may be able to come over on Instagram, that I am on Instagram and I'm live. If you want to see a live video of this very broadcast, it is there. You can and should be able to see it. Anywhere in Biafra land we confront Fulani terrorists, we shall meet them head on. We know that they are part of the police and the army. Danjuma himself, General T.Y. Danjuma himself, testified before the British Parliament that the army of Nigeria and the police are colluding in the conquest of indigenous populations in Nigeria. And we are no exception to that very horrible and sinister conspiracy. The police we have in our land are terrorists in uniform. The army we have in Biafra land are basically terrorists. They are there to aid and to support Fulani Janjaweed advancement to the Atlantic Ocean. And we are there to stop them, and we are stopping them, and will continue to stop them. A few days ago, as I said, we embedded our men and women of the Northern Command of Eastern Security Network. When we said Northern Command, people were confused. Biafra land is a nation. We have Northern Biafra, we have Central, we have the South, which is the coastal region, we have the East, and we have the West. When I talk about the Northern Command, I'm talking about the northern part of Biafra land, which incidentally starts from Benue State. So we are right to be there. If you don't want us to be in Benue State, quietly go back to Abuja and appeal to them. Tell them to release Igbo people in Benue and carve them back into Ebonyi State, where they should belong, or Enugu State, as the case may be. Therefore, anybody, you know, one thing about Nigeria is that they tend to defend the aggressor. It is in the DNA in Nigeria to always support evil. That is why this very newspaper publication, I don't have a means of putting it here on Instagram where I am broadcasting live, where you can see my face and my facial expression, but it will be on my Facebook page. If you go there, you will see it. This publication was made on January 23 of 2021, this very year. It is a front page news by Vanguard. I want you to understand how an average Nigerian thinks, how they reason, why I think that Nigeria itself is a curse upon humanity. There on the front page, you will see, we will kill all policemen and take over Edo State. Fulani Janjaweed, those they claim are foreigners. These people they told us are foreigners. They come from Mali, from Senegal, from Gambia, from heaven knows where, from Niger, from Chad, from Northern Cameroons. But they are in Nigeria, killing people. After killing us, they will not turn around and tell us to absorb them into our communities. That is why anybody, any Igwe, any PG, any greedy, avaricious fool, stupid enough to give any of our land to Fulani Janjaweed, you are finished. There was a man in Enugu that tried the same nonsense. Go and ask him where he is today. We take no prisoners. You see, the land of Biafra must be defended at all costs. At all costs. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. I understand that the Sarikin Fulani of Lagos went to see the US ambassador to Nigeria in Lagos a few days ago. And according to the message, or should I say information coming out of the US mission, they said is to foster cohabitation and unity, that diversity is strength. And I want to lay that particular nonsensical narrative to bed tonight, before I continue any further. Anybody telling you about strength in diversity, that person is a liar and a deceiver. And the US ambassador is a liar and a deceiver. One thing they don't teach we Africans is this. No country exists on a foundation of multiculturalism. There is nowhere in the world. Listen to me very carefully. All this nonsense, even the crap that Coca was coming up with, telling you about diversity is our strength and all that rubbish. Allow me to repeat, there is no country on this earth that survives on a foundation or a bedrock of multiculturalism. It doesn't exist. That is why multiculturalism in Africa is dead on arrival. It can never work. Because we are tribal beasts by nature. We are tribal by nature. That is why we travel from wherever we are during New Year's, during Christmas, during Easter, during New Year Festival to go back home where we come from. Because that is where we identify with. Now, let me ask the US ambassador a very simple question. Is United States of America a multicultural society? US, that was created and built by Western Europeans. US was created, should I say, created by God, of course, built by Western Europeans, mostly English people that was fed up with the way of life of the English monarchy. They went to America on Mary Rose. I want to ask the US ambassador, I want to teach Africans what they don't know this evening. There is no country that functions on this multi-ethnic rubbish. Nowhere in the world, not even the USA, that was created by people who are not indigenous to America. The owners of the soil of America are Native American Indians. That is a fact of life. God gave America to Western Europe to develop.
Thank you very much. I will see you in my next video. Thank you and God bless you.